I feel sorry for Prince Harry in another way, because I don't think he looks very happy. I think he's rather out of his depth, to be quite honest. I also think that the King has been brilliant at not responding to any of the things like these documentaries and the book Spare. He's left the door wide open for him to come back whenever he needs to do that, which I suppose is likely to happen at some point.
You mentioned he looks sad, or he looks upset. I think you're right. I haven't seen him smile for a long time.
Well, you know, the funny thing is I live in chaos at home, and I've been very busy doing other things, and so I had a lot of magazines and newspapers lying around, and I picked one up, and there he was, grinning from ear to ear, and I thought, what's all this about? 2015.
That says a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, with this award as well, I mean, I try not to get too upset about it, but his mother said that he shouldn't have it, and there is this question as to whether members of the royal family should be picking up awards like this. The royal family give out awards.
They should give them out. Yeah, they should. They should. Absolutely. I mean, sometimes if there's an award which highlights a particular, the people giving the award, and it's helpful for the member of the royal family to receive it, I can understand that would be useful. What I'm worried about is that this is more to do with publicity for Prince Harry. It seems to me that they have a problem, those two, because they've told their story. I don't know how they can go on and on telling their story, and eventually people are likely to get bored with it, I would imagine. And since the difference between what they're doing and what the British royal family are doing is the British royal family are working for the nation, for us, for the Commonwealth, and they seem to be working for themselves, and that's always unattractive, I think.
Yeah, and I think you're right, and this has backfired.
Yes.
As I say, the opposition to this has backfired. I mean, just turning up to win an award, and the mother of the award that it's named after has said that he doesn't want Harry. It's a terrible look, and I worry that he has been pushed into this award somehow, and he's kind of being used somehow by other people to kind of get publicity for the award. I mean, I don't want anything bad to happen to Prince Harry. We kind of wish him all the best, but I do worry the direction that they're going if they're just turning up, picking awards and causing controversy. We did have a vote or we had a poll from viewers of the show, and 86% said that he should not win this award. So that's pretty inclusive.
Sensible.
Yeah. But you mentioned about the contrast with members of the royal family. I was wondering to get your thoughts on this. Prince William isn't having an investiture to be Prince of Wales. And the Princess of Wales, I think she recently got named Royal Companion of the Order of Companions of Honour. That's connected to the Order of Garter, I believe.
No, Companions of Honour is, there's two particular awards. There's the Companions of Honour and the Order of Merit. The Order of Merit being the senior one. It's quite unusual that the King suddenly gave her the Companion of Honour. To be honest, what he would almost certainly do with an award like that is just give it to her privately.
Well, there's no investitures for William or Catherine.
No, there could be, but it would only be just normally when members of the royal family get those things, they have a private meeting with the monarch, and it's just handed over. I mean, rather like Queen Camilla getting the royal family order of the king the other day, we didn't see her getting it. I mean, suddenly there she was wearing it. The Order of the Garter obviously is a hugely more important thing, but it's quite nice that, interesting that he should have decided to give her that particular decoration, because the Companions of Honour is sort of sub-Order of Merit, if you like, and it is given to a lot of artists and authors and people in the creative industry. Sometimes, I'm afraid, also handed out to cabinet ministers who get dumped for one reason or another, like in Macmillan's The Night of the Long Knives, and they could dish out a few Companion of Honour things. So it's kind of interesting order.
I was in Scotland. You mentioned about the Order of the Thistle.
The Thistle.
The Thistle. Yeah, so I was there
in Scotland.
It's a very strange ceremony. So
I've been. Yes, I went when Princess Anne was made a Lady of the Thistle. I mean, and they process in, and it's all rather wonderful. They also process on St Andrew's Day without the King, and there aren't that many of them. There are sort of 16 actual thistles and a few royal ones. But it's as important in Scotland as the Order of the Garter in England.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was crowds of people outside to see them, and the St Giles Cathedral was packed, and they had
all the archers.
Yeah, the archers were wonderful.
Yes.
Yeah, they were wonderful.
No, it's a wonderful ceremony altogether. And of course, they had the garden party the day before, which of course is in a wonderful setting. I've been to one of those, and with I mean, it's so beautiful. Completely different. The whole Scottish week is very interesting.
Unfortunately, they cut it short because of the election. There was only 2 days. Otherwise, it's a wonderful time up there. But talking of Scotland, Balmoral
Yes.
is open to lucky ticket holders. I think the first people have gone in this week. Many journalists have gone in and had a look around. Do you have a ticket to go in?
No, but parts of Balmoral, the grounds and some of the rooms have been open for some years, but you don't really see very much. I see the ballroom, and then you go to the sort of coach house and various things like that. But this time they're actually letting you really much more behind the scenes, and I believe even into the room where the Queen was so memorably photographed, about to receive those two prime ministers.
Yeah, so this is the drawing room. The drawing room. In front of apparently it's the only working fire in Balmoral. I didn't know that until this week. The fire, the famous picture taken by the wonderful Jane Barlow, PA, of her in front of the fire, was that's the only working fire. But you can walk around. Apparently, I didn't get the chance to go yet, unfortunately. There was a restricted number of things I'd love to go one day. But you have to cover your shoes. So when you go onto the carpet, no selfies either. So you have to hand your phone in before you go in.
Good idea.
But opening up, these are private rooms that the royal family use. You've got the dining room where they entertain. You've got, let's say, the drawing room. You've got all these different, the King Charles's study. It's the first time that people are allowed in. Are you comfortable with tourists traipsing around Balmoral?
Yes, I am. I see where you're going with that. Is like, should it be kept for special, lucky people who actually get invited there by the sovereign? But you see, he spends most of his time at Burke Hall, which he particularly likes, which is very close to Balmoral. It's where the Queen Mother lived. And he lives also in Clarence House, where the Queen Mother lived. He likes Queen Mother houses. And so Balmoral is not used as much as it was before. And so to make it available, to let people see these rooms, I think that is rather special. That they shouldn't show everything. They shouldn't show bedrooms, I don't think. And otherwise that sort of takes away the soul of the house somehow, I think.
Well, there is a certain kind of majesty and magic in it being secret. But the king, we're told, he decided that he wanted. He was happy that they'd agreed to open up. He actually went at the weekend. So he went to Balmoral, maybe just to make sure everything was in the right position.
Yes.
But he went the night before the tourists first came in on the Monday. He actually he went to these rooms to have a little look around. But it's something that he wants to do. He wants to open up royal palaces to the public.
Because we have seen quite a lot of photographs of the interiors of Balmoral over the years. Certainly, we've seen. A number of photographs of the Queen and Prince Philip were taken at Balmoral, and obviously, as mentioned, that particular picture of her in that in the drawing room, and also. In the past, we have seen her in a documentary of Elizabeth R. by Edward Murtzoff. We saw John Major sitting in that room, because then, of course, people get terribly fascinated by the fire, or the fact that it's actually not really terribly grand, and that the lamps are quite old-fashioned. Sometimes the carpets are even a little bit frayed and things like that.